Why? Have you ever wondered why so many issues in Africa in terms of military disorder, rebellions, killings, unalivings, Boko Haram, all that type of thing? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever wondered why, Congo DRC, this beautiful country, I remember the time of Mobutu, we used to see them on TV all the time. Beautiful place, lovely, but it's turned into the most uncertain place on earth. So many people are unalived. More people are unalived in the DRC than the entire World War II. Let that sink in. But they don't talk about it. It's just a bunch of black people. Doesn't make any sense. Where does this come from? Who gives people weapons? Who give them weapons and guns and ammunition and all that stuff they need to create mayhem and havoc for 30 years? How do you explain that? There must be some power somewhere wanting destruction. Now, why is there war in these countries? If you look at them, there's particularity that is very clear. They have oil, diamonds, uranium, gold, you name it. These are the stuff that you need for batteries for electrical cars. You see how electrical cars are going like this. Okay, the new source of energy. They need the coltan, they need the tantalum, they need the lithium, they need uranium. And where do you get that stuff? If you look at all the countries that have that stuff, there's major war. You don't understand where the war started, and you don't understand gives them weapons, but people are still fighting and the technology is growing. Well, fellas, in Nigeria, a British citizen is under investigation in Nigeria after being arrested for alleged involvement in arms smuggling. Smuggling weapons. A British citizen, a soldier, part of the army, arrested smuggling AK-47s, grenade launchers, and stuff like that. Crazy, isn't it? It's insane. This is not the type of things you hear British people do.
That
Right?
is true. Welcome, family, to Let's Talk with Awarton this beautiful afternoon. I hope you're having a beautiful Friday. We've made it to the end of the week where we always talk about redefining Africa as we redefine ourselves. You can also remember to download our app on the Google Play Store, stream on www.blackhotfireradionetwork.com for amazing healthy supplement, apparel clothing with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it. Today's topic is the Africa we want. Definitely always talking about redefining Africa, reclaiming and basically taking back everything that has been eroded and stolen away from us with Zach McKesser today. But before we move forward, remember we do have amazing supplements on our website. You can download our app on the Google Play Store. It's super, super free. Also, you can stream on www.blackhotfire radio logo. Now, www.blackhotfireradiologo.com. Yes, to get yourself amazing supplements there. If you're using the laptop or the iPhone, you can definitely go and stream on www.blackhotfireradio.com. Amazing supplements. We do have the likes of multivitamin, ashwagandha, beetroot, and also for the ladies, Alacol cucumber and shea butter to give you that beautiful, beautiful glowing skin. But let's listen in to the health and benefits of some of the supplements we do have for you to give you an idea of what you should definitely be expecting.
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
$23.90. We have Zach Marquester talking about the fact that Congo has been stagnated in poverty while it should be one of the most wealthiest country of all time. And also, I can talk most about all the African countries, literally super, super wealthy, but super impoverished, and how can we deal with this? This is a conversation we should definitely be having.
They don't talk about that thing. Initial reports in Nigeria media suggested that the suspect is a British Army officer. However, the British High Commissioner in Nigeria denied the report, saying the man is no longer a serving member of the UK military. Wow, okay, they've dismissed him. Of course, you have to push him away from the military so the military doesn't look bad, providing weapons to dangerous people in Nigeria. The High Commission said that suspect has been discharged by serving as a junior rank in the UK Armed Force Reserve. He's been discharged. He's not part of he's not one of us. No, don't associate better. Not do that. So they asked further information about the suspect. Since you say he's been discharged, can we get further information about this man so we can know how to process his case? Well, the British Commissioner refused. They refused. They say they cannot release additional personal details regarding the suspect, citing.
So this is really a conversation about Nigeria arrests a British ex-soldier over alleged arms smuggling.
Obligation under the UK's Data Protection Act. What? So this man is clearly a criminal because he's got AK-47 and grenade launchers that he's taking to a region in Nigeria that has a lot of oil. Nigeria's got a lot of oil, plenty, lots of oil. Some of the mayhem that happening in Nigeria and havoc is because of oil. So in the region where there is oil, the people from that region feel that they're extracting oil from their region, but they still live in poverty. Government is not.
It's time for us to literally control our own economic, social sectors, because I believe if we're smart enough, we can definitely take a hold of this, because it doesn't really make sense how we definitely have all the greatest of all time in regards to the minerals that we do have that Africa is producing, but it's actually helping other nation rather than helping us.
Not doing much for them. I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, if that's really the truth, then it makes no sense. Like, why would you extract oil from our land? This is our ancestral land. Because just remember here, Nigeria as a country is a myth. It was created by the British. Before Nigeria became Nigeria, people were just tribes and ethnic groups. Some of them feel like they were forced to live together. People from the Biafra do not like Nigeria as it is. They want to be their own country because they feel that their behavior is not the same. And of course, if you go to Nigeria, you see people from the north, they're totally different in many things. Anyway, let's get back on track. The British man was arrested providing weapons to the people that create havoc in Samaritan. The nature of havoc, we're not going to talk about that right now. But the problem is the people that are not the legitimate government are getting weapons by a British movement. The suspect was reportedly intercepted by security operatives in Nigeria commercial capital Lagos as he attempted to board the flights to the UK, according to local reports. Congratulations.
There is truly a conversation about the fact that Nigeria is quote-unquote a company in British and also South Africa a company in the United States of America.
Security operative in Nigeria, this is a tremendous job you've done. I mean, you hear all these stories about you beating people up, innocent civilians, installing fears into the civilians. It's bad reputation. This is something we applaud as Africans. Congratulations. Now, because the British are not cooperating, campaigners marched to the British High Commissioner earlier this week to urge the British government to cooperate with the Nigerian authorities in investigating the latest matter involving a UK citizen. The Nigerian authority have yet given details. So they're pushing the British, give us details. We want more of your involvement so we can prosecute this guy. They say, no, we can't give you information because, well, he's a British citizen. You're nobody. You're just a bunch of black people. We ain't going to give you that thing. Crazy stuff. And now we're going to South Africa. Yeah, fellas, South Africa is a map. Beautiful place, lovely people. Have you visited South Africa before? Well, you should. Okay, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, George, many other places. Each place.
We can definitely do this, guys. We can take control of our social, political, economic sectors. I believe we can. The spirit of Ibrahim Traore definitely says it all. Without any permission, we have to take control of our wealth. unapologetically. We have to take control of it, because if we don't, I'm telling you, you're going to wake up one day and other people are basically ruling you, whether you like it or not. It's time for us to take possession of what rightfully belongs to us.
This is its own twist and twing and whatever you want to call it. Different types of violence. You couldn't love it. Anyway, but just be very careful because it's not the safest country. Let's be honest about that. Okay, now Cyril Ramaphosa, president of South Africa, has called a group of 59 white South Africans who have moved to the US to be settled cowards.
I remember, if it's not Donald Trump who actually gave that pathway for a lot of Americans, or quotes in quote, foreign individuals to literally go back to the United States as refugees.
He said they will be back soon. Let me read myself. The president of South Africa has said that the 59 white people that have left South Africa moving to the US because they say South Africa is supposedly a racist or reverse racist against white people are cowards, and they're going to return.
It's our own concern because those people who are being enticed to go to the United States do not fit the definition of a refugee. A refugee is someone who has to leave their country out of fear of.
And I definitely agree with that, because Donald Trump said that he's going to give that pathway to the white individuals who were residing in South Africa, because they were actually saying that South Africans literally are racist towards them. And he said they can move back to the United States of America as refugees. But what he's literally explaining right now, what he's trying to explain right now, it's so true. Who is a refugee?
Political persecution, religious.
Obviously, the other fellas are not refugees. Okay, you call them coward for leaving, for deciding to go to freedom. How can you call them coward for what thing? Justice for their land, you take it by force. A group of Afrikaners arrived in the United States on Monday after President Donald Trump granted them refugee status, saying they face racial discrimination. Okay, fellas, so Afrikaners are white South Africans, mainly descendants of Dutch. Okay, there are many other, white people from Europe, like Germans and French and stuff, but the Dutch are the majority. So in most cases, people consider them as descendants of Dutch. They came to Africa to stay, unlike most white people that came to Africa during colonialism, to steal and go away, to take the gold, the timber, the diamond, and go back to Europe. The Afrikaners came to Africa.
And that is still happening right now. It is still happening.
To stay, to conquer and be.
But I believe since Cyprian Traore has actually been going viral for his amazing, tremendous work, everybody is at least getting an insight of actually their identity and how their heritage is so powerful.
Now, they went to Southern Africa. They chose South Africa because obviously temperature, it's a southern hemisphere, which is very close to Mediterranean temperature, so very adaptable, unlike the tropical area of Central Africa, Congo, Uganda, which is sometimes very difficult for many white people that are brainy. Anyway, the Africans went to South Africa with the goal of staying. However, they did not go with the goal of staying with the blacks. They went there to conquer. Sometimes took land by force from black people that owned the land, and they abolished.
So this is the history of the South Africans. They went basically to South Africa to steal, to conquer, to dominate. And then there was a conversation about land discrimination or overtaking land. But excuse me, this land rightfully belongs to me. Before your ancestors took it away from me forcefully, it belonged to me.
By any means, black people from having any land. Anyway, now, some Afrikaners were not happy. They left, went to the embassy. Embassy fast-tracked the request. They're now in the United States of America. And some people are saying, obviously, well, things are going to be different there. It's not going to be South Africa. You're not going to have disadvantages. And Cyril Ramaphosa say you are coward. Why? Because you don't like change. You don't want to see black people do good. You just used to being on top. You hated that there's going to be equality. They say for the oppressor, equality sounds like oppression. And that's how black people perceive it. Ramaphosa, who's the president, say, it's okay, they're going to come back, don't worry. They're gone. When reality hit them, they're going to come back. Who do you think is right? Do you think the black people of South Africa is right to say we need our land back? We don't have to pay you for the land your grandfather took by force? Or do you think the white people are right to say, well, it's my land because my grandfather took it? Well,
By force. By force.
I wasn't there. My
It's not
grandfather wasn't.
rightfully your land. It is my land that your ancestors took away forcefully, with or without my consent. So definitely it's still my land.
Criminal. You bought the land from your grandfather because that's the argument some people present. Now, let me know how you feel about that. Should the government take it? I mean, 8% of the white population own 70 something percent of the land. Is that
Does it make sense?
which put it? Now we're going to Gabon. Here's Gabon, fellas. Have you been to Gabon before? Beautiful place, lovely people, nice beaches. They speak French. Why? Because they were colonized by the French. You know, French people working in 1884. They took all these countries were French. They beat people up. They forced them to stop speaking their home language. Forced them to speak French. And today they pride themselves in speaking French.
Elle n'ira pas dans les prisons européennes. On parle d'école, on parle des hôpitaux, des routes, d'électricité, de l'eau, surtout la santé. Donc vraiment, c'est une dame dangereuse.
You know, French Africa. The more you sound like a white Frenchman, the more they perceive you as intelligent. The more you sound African, they're like, no, I'm telling you the truth. Eh?
The mind colonization should actually stop, because we should stop that at all. I believe that has been fed to us for quite a long time. If you sound like a white man, if you act like one, if you do everything that they do, you're better off. That was the mind colonization that should definitely be scraped off, because everything and every technology running right now in this world was derived from the Africans. Do your research, take time to go back to the real history that has been hidden away from us.
The more you get your African accent, they don't give you time. You're not that smart. As if there are no French person who's French who's stupid. They will perceive and estimate the level of respect they will give to your intelligence by the way you sound it. Gabon, Sylvia Bongo and Northern Bongo have been freed. Not necessarily freed, but they've been moved from prison to house arrest. Who are these people? This is the family of the previous president. Previous president is this man. His name is Ali Bongo. Okay, he was ousted by the president. For some of you that watched the video, the president was doing some, not incantation, but spiritual prayer, calling the spirit. Now, that president calling the spirits used to be a bodyguard of the father of this president, Ali Bongo. This is the person who used to be the bodyguard. His name is Omar Bongo. Omar Bongo stayed in power for about 42 years. Yes, that's crazy stuff. And after him, his son took over. And once his son was in power, the country wasn't moving forward very much. The bodyguard of the father eventually decided to house the son. Why? Because the son was sick. Look at him here. Okay. He was very sick here. What do you call it? When your clot goes to your brain. I forgot the name. Yeah. So he had that. And he still wants to stay in power. I'm not leaving. He didn't want to. Look at him with the French president. Like, the guy is done, but he's still on a.
Yes, General Mosquito, Gabon is another French-speaking country.
So the bodyguard said, no, this is a great opportunity for me. I'm not letting this guy stay. He took over the country. And by taking the country over, he also arrested his wife, the president's wife, and the president's son, accusing them of corruption, embezzlement, money laundering, and it sounds pathetic, like you just condemn people. Well, they were very much involved in many things. The wife of the previous president got many contracts from oil companies on her name to facilitate the entry of these external businesses. So he's like, okay, I'm going to give you business, but you need to give me $80 million. Yeah. So they're asking her to answer for that. The son also took money on his own account. In most African countries, the son of the president thinks he's the prince. It's their country. They will treat you like nonsense, like you're nothing, rubbish. They spend the money. It's crazy stuff. This Africa is a long way to go. Anyway, so they've been removed from prison. They're now sitting in house arrest. And people are wondering, and this is because of the pressure from the African Union. The bodyguards eventually became president, they pressured him, and he went to elections, and he won with 95%. And I don't know. Like to real elections, it's definitely 95 to real election.
Does it really make sense, Zach? 95%, it doesn't really make sense. And also, 95%. And also the fact that you talked about the leaders or the president and his wife of Gabon literally were involved in corruption. We have to really understand that all the African leaders are involved in all these things, right? Allegedly, we have to know like the main interest actually in leading us is actually for them is about a collaboration in regards to allowing foreign collaboration, which they have an understanding what they do want in Africa. But as we want real quick fixes in terms of money, paper, that is not really a big deal. But the real money, the real deal is the gold and the diamond and the lithium, the minerals we do have. And unfortunately, they have more understanding of that. And that's why these collaboration are always happening so fast in exchange of paper.
So now we're wondering, are these two people, meaning the ex-president's wife and son, are really going to be through trial, real trial? Or this is way very slowly getting them out? Let me know how you feel about that. So that's what it is, fellas. A British citizen has been arrested in Nigeria with AK-47s and grenade launcher. He came to sell or deliver to some of the crazy people in Nigeria. Is not an easy place to go. Like, don't go to Nigeria. Eh? don't go to Nigeria. No, leave Nigeria.
He just said that.
Nigeria. Yes, do that. Yes, do that. The UK government and the embassy is clearly protecting this person. They're not going to give him away. Some Nigerians marched to the High Commission of the UK, asking the UK to cooperate with the Nigerian government and the Nigerian authority into this investigation. Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa said the white people that left are cowards. They've run away because they don't like equality. They'll be back because they missed the food anyway. You know, American food is different. Yeah, it's weird. No, not the truth. I'm just telling you the truth because I got the experience from both South Africa and America. In America, food is it's not natural anymore. I mean, you probably maybe don't.
We do know that, like, their food right now is genetically modified. Everything, fruits, name it. It's so scary, honestly.
Feel it because you eat it every day. But go to Uganda, taste some Uganda chicken. Then ask yourself if you had chicken before.
Yes, honey, please, please.
You probably have never had chicken before. Anyway, let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. And it's Sylvia Bongo and Noureddin Bongo, after embezzling about $67 million each, are they going to be paying that money back up? Captain Ibrahim Traore, President of Burkina Faso, traveled to Moscow aboard a Russian airplane to attend the Victory Day celebration on May 9th. It is indicated that Russia sent a private jet to transport Traore from Burkina Faso to Moscow, emphasizing the diplomatic significance of the gesture.
We were having this conversation regarding the friendly collaboration of Ibrahim Traore and the Russian government. And we had a guest here, her name is Reparation Wondering. Literally, she was talking about the fact that Ibrahim Traore should definitely take advantage of actually asking them for weapons, right? And also, my understanding is, I want to know, go deeper, more on this collaboration with Burkina Faso and Russia. Like, what's the interest? Because I believe Ibrahim is such a smart individual. I believe he most strategically, literally, I would definitely want to get to the bottom of this, why he chose Russia.
It's all a breakdown so you can understand this. A friend of mine that is very involved in NGOs once was offered a job in a foreign nation. Good job, very interesting job, good pay, very appealing. But there was a catch. They wanted somebody with a PhD. He didn't have a PhD. He looked at the job for a long time. He wrote his CV and sent it, even though he had no PhD. 5 months later, he received a phone call. It was the recruiter. He said, "Sir, you have the job." So he asked, but I don't have a PhD. He said, we know that. We knew that. But out of everybody that could have participated, he said, you are the most brave. Not the most qualified, but certainly the most brave. So we are very interested to see what you have to offer. My friend got a job. And he's like,
General Mosquito is actually reacting to the conversation. I believe we talked about Trump inviting the Africans to go back to the United States of America as refugees. And something that Zach mentioned is the fact that they don't want equality. And General Mosquito is saying he's correct. Their whole system is based on having an advantage over Black people. Equality feels like inequality to them. I definitely agree with that.
life changed forever. Today he's one of the biggest guy I know into that sector. Sometimes when God gives you an opportunity, don't say it's too much for me. When they give you an opportunity at work, when your director is sick or your leader is absent and you cannot assume his role anymore, don't say this is too much for me. I'm scared. I don't think I have the experience. Say yes. You're going to learn on the job. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for coming by. You appreciate it. This is Home Fellas. We like you. Hey, my name is Zach. I know you don't know me. I don't know who you are, but if we watch each other for some time, watch each other. You watch each other. For sometimes we certainly will like each other. Thank you very much for stopping by. You stopped because I perhaps look like you're one of your cousins. Well, maybe you look like mine too. That's why we're here. It's energy, it's all about vibe. Hey, don't go, stay here. Click on the button, call subscribe. We want to see you here again. We're going to appreciate it. Here we talk about the land, the motherland, Africa. You want to know about the land? You're at the right place. Ghana, Uganda, Tanzania, you want to know about them? You are at the right place. You want to know about South Africa, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, Burundi, you are at the right place. Fella, today we're talking about Ibrahim Traoré. Here's a man. Beautiful place, lovely people. Burkina Faso. That's the leader. You certainly have heard about this man. 37-year-old man that's shaking the world right now. What's happening? He's in Russia right now. He went to support the movement of Vladimir Putin, commemorating Russian soldiers that were unalive during World War II. How did you fly to Russia? Well, he flew in Russia in a special way. He flew with the Russia Special Flight Squadron, which is a special group of airplanes by the Russians. This is dedicated to the Russian president, Russia's most important people, and Russian special guests. We're going to find out here, why did he use a Russian flight and not use a Burkina Faso flight or any other flight? Why didn't he, as a president,
I'm really, really interested on this conversation, or definitely super interested in this conversation, or in the fact that why their relationship is very, very, very deep, like it's very cordial at the same time. I believe there's interest in this two collaboration that the two individuals are gaining from their collaboration again.
To the flight to Russia. What was the goal? Was he in danger? Is he fearing of something? Is he somebody plotting somewhere to unalive him, perhaps? We're going to find out just now. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, president of Burkina Faso, traveled to Moscow aboard a Russian airplane to attend the Victory Day celebration on May 9th. It is indicated that Russia sent a private jet to transport Traoré from Burkina Faso to Moscow, emphasizing the diplomatic significance of the gesture. I'm going to give you detail on the breakdown so you can understand what this is about. Traoré lands in Moscow, VIP treatment from Russia. Russia sent private jet to pick him up from Burkina Faso, escorted by fighter jet in the air. So fighter jet were escorting his flight, just the way they do with Vladimir Putin. And he arrived with his pistol strapped on his waist. This is policy that's not accepted. Coming to a meeting with other presidents and having a pistol. Nobody accepts that. But for some reason, Ibrahim Traoré has been given green light to do that. Is it because of trust? Is it because they believe him? Or is it just because they want to make him feel comfortable? Why the trip? Traoré visits aligned with Burkina Faso's growing alliance with Russia, following 2022 coup that distanced the country from France. So Ibrahim Traoré pushed his country away from France because they were colonized by France and they were not happy. Colonization apparently was ended in the 1960s, but in reality, financially, economically, France was still looting the country. He came into power and said, enough. No more France, goodbye. Traoré accepted President Vladimir Putin's invitation to attend the 80th anniversary of victory in a great patriotic war. Now, this shows you that Vladimir Putin extended the hand with an invitation to Traoré. He didn't just pitch up by himself. He was invited. Now, he could have said yes, and he could have said no. Why yes? It's good to show loyalty to Putin. Why no? Because if you say yes to Putin, then you are the enemy of the West, including Donald Trump, who's not an easy person to deal with.
That's a fact because Ibrahim Traore was invited by Donald Trump to the White House and he declined.
Ibrahim Traore traveled in the VIP configured jet from Rossiya Special Flight Squadron, which is a special group of flights specially made for very important diplomats, including Vladimir Putin and his collaborators. The Rossiya Special Flight was, as we cannot tell with precision, was between the Lunchin IL-96 or the Tupolev Tu-204, while the Russian planes. The use of Russian planes is not by mistake, it's strategic. There are for many reasons. Diplomatic reasons, security reasons. This is all grounded in the context of Burkina Faso's political stance, diplomatic symbolism. Russia's provision for a private jet was a high-level gesture to underscore the strengthening alliance between Russia and Burkina Faso, particularly under Traoré leadership since the September 2022 coup. Traoré's attendance in Victoria Day alongside leaders like Xi Jinping, Nicolas Maduro, was a platform for Russia to showcase its growing influence in Africa, countering Western dominance. As you can see, it shows great strength of the alliance. Number two is Russia confirming its influence in Africa.
But also we have to understand that regardless of their conflict with the United States of America, that's Russia, and the fact that Ibrahim Traore has this alliance with Russia, it means also Russia, obviously, there's something that they do want in Africa. Also, they realize that Africa is the future, and without Africa, also, they're going to be doomed.
Traore has faced multiple coup attempts. Example, September 2023, April 2025. The man is looked for. They're trying to unalive this guy. So he has to take care of his security stance and be very careful. A Russian plane ensures security, transport, minimizing risks compared to commercial flights or Western controlled airspace. Obviously, if you use an airplane that was built by the West and the West is against us meeting, and you are looking like you don't like the West very much, and you are just a president from Africa and you're flying to a place they don't want you to go, what are the chances that your flight disappear? How many times you've heard of flight disappearing in the air? Okay, so to avoid that, let's use a Russian plane because there's nobody that's going to come to. I mean, we've seen many planes disappear, right? Lots of them. Burkina Faso's strained relationship with France and the US, including Traoré's expulsion of French troops and rejection of Western aid, made Russian transport a safer option amid fears of Western interference. So it just makes sense. Let's just use the Russian because they are at the same level. And they're going to be scared of doing anything wrong to the Russian because, they have the atomic bomb. What will Burkina Faso do if they make the flight disappear? Using a Russian plane was symbolic rejection of Western infrastructure, reinforcing Traoré's pivot to Russia as a partner, as seen in military cooperation. What's particular about these aeroplanes? We're going to find out. Again, like I said, this is Rossiya Special Flight Squadron, which embed a group of Russian-made aeroplanes with the goal of protecting leaders. These are armored airplanes with capacity and capabilities that commercial planes don't have. We're going to find out here. What do these planes have in particular? These aircraft are equipped with a jamming system that can disrupt radars and radio signal used to guide surface-to-air missiles and air-to-air threats. So these airplanes have a system that disrupts radars from hitting it. It's an extra layer of protection. Missile approach warning system. This airplane system.
The fact that Zach has mentioned that there's a lot of planes that are always going missing. We also had an issue here, or actually an altercation of some of the general army here in the 254. If you know, the flight was he died. They say it's a plane crash and question mark because this is a whole general. I believe his plane should definitely be inspected before also the security that he needed. So I definitely believe when Hardy says planes go missing if you're against a nation, if you're not in coalition. And the fact that he actually explained more about the fact that they had to send the Russian plane to come and basically flying to Russia definitely makes sense to avoid a lot of missing cases that we always hear about if you're against some foreign nations.
They also use sensors to detect incoming missile threats and automatically trigger countermeasures such as flares and electronic jamming. Some special planes have systems to deter missiles. They'll shoot flares. By shooting flares, hopefully the missile will hit the flare. They'll disrupt the electronic function with the missile. This airplane has an armed cockpit and bulletproof glass to protect the flight crew from gunfire or explosion. The airplane has a secure communication and encryption system. The aircraft includes a highly encrypted satellite communication system to maintain secure contact with Russian military and political command, even in conflict zone. So they cannot read what's being said. It is protected and special. The airplane also have counter-drone measures. As we can see, the drones have taken a very great amount of positioning in terms of war. And drones can actually down airplanes. The airplane has a drone countering system to disable drones that come very next to it automatically. So as you can see, Traore was treated in a way that is the most appropriate possible, not as a second
As it should be.
great citizen. I think it's a message from Russia to the world, which is, I've got allies, I've got brain.
This is when you know who you are. You understand your African heritage, you understand who you are, your identity, and basically the land that you come from. And I'm telling you, nobody will be able to downgrade you. And also his aura and the way he's super strategic in regards, like he's not bending down to anybody who's literally not gonna align to his plans, because it's high time all Africans understand who they are and the beautiful, powerful land they come from, because you'll always hold your head super high unapologetically, because, honey, without Africa, the rest of the world would not exist. I'm telling you.
And you allies, and I like them. In Russia, they all went to salute the people. There were 29 leaders in attendance from 29 different countries that clearly defied the West. That is a very strong message saying we are standing strong. And what's interesting as well is Zelensky said he cannot guarantee your security, but it is reported that absolutely nothing has occurred. No drone, nothing has been recorded on the 29th. I mean, they're talking about some drone being shot on the 27th, on the 28th, but on the 29th, absolutely nothing. And I dare to believe that they probably told him, listen, the Chinese president is there and some other presidents. Maybe you need support from other people. As much as you have beef with Putin, if you shoot anything in Moscow, well, these presidents are there. It's going to be you being defiant of everybody. It's not going to be you against Putin anymore. It's going to be you endangering everybody else's president, at least the ones that are there. And that's not very good landscape to you. Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. Hey, for the people that see us in private,
That's what's up with Zach Moikesser talking about Africa, the power of Africa, identity, and definitely how you should definitely carry yourself. Remember, power, you don't ask for it, you demand it. And it's time for us to actually own everything in regards to our wealth in minerals, to take over our political, social sectors as we should, and have leaders who are Pan-Africanist, who have the best interests for us. Because the ones we have are there for their own benefits. But that's it with me today on Let's Pop with Iritan. Thank you, Jerome Mosquito, for joining me this beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Also, remember, you can follow us on all the social media platforms. Download our app on the Google Play Store. Stream on www.blackcodfirenetwork.com for amazing healthy supplements, apparel, clothing with the Black Cod Fire Radio logo on it. That's why you should definitely check out some of the supplements we do have. Here's a video of some of the supplements we do have on our website.
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
$3.90. And the topic of the day was the Africa we want and the Africa we should definitely have and we will have. Because you know what, as I always say, we are the change we need to see in the world. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Stay safe. And remember, you matter. And it's time to basically take over.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Here is Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother, all the way in Switzerland. Give me peace of mind. Reaching out to our brothers and sisters on the African continent. You're tuning into Black Hot Fire Radio.
You're listening to the best music of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment, all day, every day.
Reaching out to our brothers and sisters on the African continent. You're tuning into Black Hot Fire Radio.
Of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment.
Thank you for the ones who joined me and the ones who are watching right away. Remember, you can basically follow us on all the social media platforms, download our app, and also follow us on this channel for more news and update only on the Black Hot Fire Radio Network, media of the 21st century. And I'm sending you so much love and light this beautiful weekend and this beautiful Friday.
If I give you my love, make you not disappoint. Me, I got you for my dome. Goddamn, alright, baby, goddamn. Getting with your body make me feel excited. Loving you, they put me in the dick with myself. Girl, not only you, they make me stick to one girl. Goddamn, they like you and they goddamn. Big not perfect, no, they mind it. If you private,